Hello and welcome back to Bull Bear Trader. Today I will go through the 6 stocks that will have earning tomorrow, and I will start with ConocoPhillips COP. So you can see for the past 3 months in the last earning, the stock actually trending down a little bit. Short term is I would say leaning toward oversold, but still neutral. Short term is actually oversold. Okay, so now let's look at the trend. All right, so for the short term, what I see is something like this and like this. All right, let me look at the bigger picture to see where it is for the past 4 or 5 years. Okay, you can see due to the declining of oil prices, the stock is trending down as well. Now we have like support right here, which is bounced right here as well, and over here. Oh, and this pivot point right here. Now let's zoom back in. If I use this, okay. All right, so looks like we have it break out, came back, broke out again, came back, and then right back at the resistance right here, the blue line. Okay, so let's see what else. Let's see here. Right here we have another support. Yeah, well, as well as 84. So 84, 86 right now is the level or support. And here I will leave it for later. All right, so now looks like we have a resistance right around here. So 90 will be the resistance. Okay. Because oversold, so I think it will come up and test 90 to 91 at about 60%. All right. 40%. It might come down and hit 84 at 40%. Okay, because right here, let me see over this side, anything. Not really. So just this level right here, 84. If somehow it can go lower, 81 will be the next level. But I think 84 and 91, they are the two level that most likely will hit. Okay, let me see if I see anything else here besides that. Take a look at a weekly. Okay. Fine. Okay, so I guess that's it for this stock. All right, next we have Affirm. Last time around earning, it say look like it might pop, but more chance of a pullback because it was a little bit overbought, and it's actually popped, and then came back to the red line, bounce, come back again, bounce, come back, test one more time, broke below, and then trending lower. All right, so I expected to hit 67 when it pulled back. So it hit about 67 something, 68. So not bad, right? A little bit close. All right, so what do we have here for Affirm? It looks like we have this level here as right now is the I would say resistant, but we have another level right here as support as well. So looks like, or maybe here. So I think the next level would be around this right here. At 62 or 63. So I would say right now is oversold, short and long term. So a pullback only about 40%. 60% of a bounce to test this red line again at 82, 83. So just put 82 F, so put 83. So there's more chance of a bounce. Let me see. See a bear flag really, but maybe. Okay, so here's the thing. If you look closely, this may be an inverse head and shoulder. So if it come up to about a 78.50 at this level, right, and then stay here for a little bit, it will form an inverse head and shoulder, and then after that it will shoot up. So from what I'm seeing, it's look like we might have, if it bounces, then we might have another chance of testing the previous high at 90.93. All right, let me see if I see anything else here. Okay, so this was the line up here. You can see the trend, right? It changed and it pulled back now. So it was trading up, now it's trending down, and then sideways. Let me switch to weekly. If I switch to weekly, it does look like this is a bear flag, right? So in a way, it looked like we have Maybe it will cause the downside to have a little bit more of a chance of a pullback. But still, the upside will have a more chance to go up because it is oversold. And you can see right here this candle is undecided. It doesn't know if you want to go up or down. So after a move down right here, right, it looks like it doesn't know what to do next. So it stay around this area at around 71, 72. So I would say that there's a more chance of a bounce, unless the outlook is negative and the number is not strong, but it's bad. Then we have a pullback to around 63. But we will have to see, all right? Because right now with the consumer and layoff, everything happening, if you don't have a job, you cannot pay back, right? So it could be a problem for a company like Affirm. All right, so next we have IREN. You can see from the chart, all of a sudden it moved so high. And usually you see these type of chart, most likely it's gonna pull back. We just don't know when. Let's take a look at the trend. So if I look at the trend now, because it suddenly move, it's harder to chart the stock, right? So we will just do our best here to see what we can get out of this. All right, so it kind of looked like a megaphone. So what it did was is move up a lot, right? And then all of a sudden correct. About a week and a half, bounce, pull back, bounce again. So right now we can see it's at all-time high. So now everybody need the number to be really good, or it gotta crash back. But if the number somehow match with the expectation, it will bounce again. I would say maybe not 90, but at least let's say 10%. So about 85, 86. And we give this about, I would say maybe 85. I would give this about 35% only. 65% I will expect it to pull back at least to 64 to test the previous. This is the low, previous high, and this pivot point right here. So something like this, and that is $63. Okay. Let me see if anything else. It look like is doing a W. So you can know about W and M is that the metal, it will come back to this level. So its level is around 65. So most likely, if it doesn't come back to 63, then it will go to 65 and then bounce bounce again. So we'll have to see how it is, or it can go up to this 85 here, then pull back and test this 65 level. So I would say something like this. Okay. So that is what I see from this chart. Okay, let me switch to yes, overbought. All right, so that is all for now. 65% of a pullback, 35% a bounce. Airbnb look like it's pulled back a little bit from the last week and a half. Okay, so long term and short term is about neutral. Even the long term is a little bit more oversold. Okay, let me look at the bigger picture. Okay, so you can see over here, right, the low. You can see where is it now? All the same. So for the past 4 years something, it came back to the previous price. So, right, so that is the line. Now we look at the bigger picture and see what's going on. Just the end of 22, that's when a lot of companies got sold as well and then came back. So basically, for the past year or so, it's been going sideways with some chops, right? Now, if I look at this high and then wrong. If I look at this high or this high, okay, so you can see it's still within the channel, okay, from here to here. So I would say it's a wedge. Okay, it's a wedge, like right here. Okay, so something like this. But if I draw like this, so it's been bouncing between the orange line, the wedge. Let me see. Anything else? Okay, so let me look at the shorter term. For shorter term, we have something like this. Yes. No. Like so, maybe bouncing, broke above, and maybe you're gonna come back and test the wedge, even though it just hit the support. However, yesterday candle and today candle, it seemed like there's more selling pressure. So if I look at closer, I would say more chance of a pullback to 117. At about 60%. At 40%, it will bounce and test at least 127. So basically, we have about only 3-4% range for this. But most likely, I expect it to come back and test this before bouncing more. So if it does come down like this, I expect it to come back and bounce like this. All right. Let me see. There's anything else that I see. And again, because of the layoff going on and shutdown, and now we just got the FAA. They say they want to reduce 10% of the 40 big major airport, so it will affect Airbnb. So we will have to keep watching. Monster. Short term is a little bit oversold. Long term is overbought. You can see it on the graph. Short term, we get something like this. And this. Or maybe it should be like that. Okay. Right, so what we can see is came back here. Okay, so a lot of time it will try to come back and test this. So I would give it about, usually I say 60% or more, but this time I give it only and it's oversold. I would give it only 55. The reason why is this looked like a bear flag, so it took 5% off. So 45% of a pullback to probably 65 or as low as 64. At about 45%, 70 or 71 at 55%. All right. Okay, the last one will be locked. Okay, so if you look at this chart, you can see for the past 3 months or so, it didn't go anywhere, but between these two range. All right, so right now short term is oversold, but long term is kind of like neutral, as we see whole thing here. The good thing is it's oversold and it's at the support, so I give it 60% of a bounce, probably to 77, 78. So 60%, 40% of a pullback. Most likely we might hit 69. Okay, now let's look back to see what's going on for block. Well, you can see, right? This is like a mound came back, and it's been going sideways for 3 years now, almost 3.5. And then now it kind of stuck in the range. So now it will need to break down or break out. So I'm thinking maybe 66 is actually may happen. It's right here. So it might come down all the way to here. 66. If the number and the forecast are weak or negative. Even though there's a bigger chance of a bounce, the bounce is, the range will be not as greater as the downside. The downside, if the number and outlooks are not good, we might see come back to 66. And then once it get there, maybe it will bounce a little bit, right? But if economy doesn't improve, we might come back and to this level right here. So I see less chance of it going above 80, more chance of coming down below 70 and maybe go to 60. So let me see. It does. Oh, it's actually got. Oh, dividend. Why this bond? So it has no dividend. So if the company doesn't do well and got no dividend, it's harder for people to hold on to it. So that means there's more downside to this stock as of right now with the economy. Even though it's been going sideways for so long, but it's kind of got stuck in the range. So we will keep an eye on this and check back later. But for now, I see more of a bounce, but it might come back down lower. All right. All right. Thanks for watching. Please hit a like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.